Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're well. You amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. There's going to be some confusion. Oh, by the way, you're looking absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And look, yeah, there's going to be some confusion because the video that I was supposed to upload for now will now be tomorrow. So that will either be video 1 and say it's video 3. It will also probably say it's Wednesday, and it won't be Wednesday, it'll be Thursday, but you lot are used to that anyway, so whatever. Look, but what we're talking about now, we're talking about virality. The fact that you can have two cases almost absolutely identical, and yet one goes viral and one don't go anywhere. No, am I talking about? I'm talking about, obviously, Jay Slaters in terms of the fact that that fucking went viral, mate. And then you've got Jack O Sullivan, who the possibility is that you watching this, you probably ain't even heard of it. But Jack O Sullivan, he went missing in the UK a little while back, a few months back. And his family have been screwing because the police just don't seem to be doing anything. And don't get me wrong, is there ever a point where parents will say, do you know what, the police are doing enough? They're doing absolutely everything they can. Absolutely everything they can. Because the reality is that the police, as much as they can do, they ain't ever going to care as much as you do as a parent. There is a degree of that. But they are criticising the police because it's blow after blow after blow. Because what they found out that at this party, because Jack goes to a party, he's hanging about, this birthday party, he's hanging about with friends, and then he goes to go home, but he don't get home. He vanishes off the face of the planet, right? It now turns out that he got into an altercation at this party. He was seemingly a bit drunk, a bit woo, and shit carted it down the stairs, whacked his head, and then somebody sort of pointed at him and was like, you're drunk. And he was like, no, I'm not drunk, boy. And, pushing and shoving. But apparently that went nowhere. But it doesn't seem that has been looked into. Don't seem that anybody's been questioned. Anybody's been sort of hauled over the coals and said, oi, what's going on here then? None of that. But look. So it says, fresh blow to Jack O Sullivan's family as police abandon search of missing students' route home due to, guess what it is? Limited resources. Don't want to spend the money, mate. That's what it all boils down to. Don't want to spend the money. The family of missing student Jack O Sullivan has been dealt a fresh blow after the police abandoned searching an area of interest. Now, basically what happens, they bring the dogs in, don't they? And the dog reacts to this area. The dog is basically saying, look, you need to check here. This is interesting to me. I can smell something. I've got a dog nose, and this dog nose kind of knows what's going on. And something's wrong here. He was here. So that becomes a place of interest. But that place of interest, apparently, they don't have enough resources to look at. But I have said off the back end of that he does remain a priority. So, so it says Catherine O'Sullivan, that's the mum, whose 23-year-old son vanished after a house party in Hotwells, Bristol on March 2nd, has been forced to call in private detectives and specialist dogs to search the route Jack may have walked home. Jack's mother alerted Avon and Somerset police to an area of interest where the dogs had become agitated along the busy A370, which runs from Bristol city centre to the family home in Flaxbourton and beyond. After having to wait a week for police to consider the report, so they had the information for a week, sat on the fucking for a week. Yeah, that's all right, he's missing already. Not what else can happen, he's already missing. So it says, officers were finally deployed to search the route for the first time on Thursday. But Mrs. O'Sullivan, who has been forced to search the undergrowth herself, has revealed to Mail Online today, unbelievably, the police left the search after a short time to go off to another situation as they were short of resources. No, because I'll tell you where they all are. They're all around our way, sitting on the corners of the road in 30-mile-an-hour limits, looking to see if they can catch some fucker doing 34 and a 30. That's where they all are, mate. It's totally unacceptable and has made us extremely angry. like red face emoji. It's like a form of torture. They felt they had more important things to look into with their limited amount of resources available. It frankly made us feel utterly awful. So we have to play a little bit of, devil's advocate here, in that they don't have an unlimited amount of resources. At any given time, there is only so many officers on duty. They do shifts. So it might be that, depending on the size of the force, they might have 50 officers on at any one time, and that is divided across the sections that they cover, traffic or whatever, and all these sort of things. I ain't a cop. She continued, they have not done enough to know for sure it's been done based on our external search team's findings. The police think the area is totally unnecessary to look at, but had no choice given the dog's first reactions. We now can't move forward until the police have checked, or at least say it's been searched. The police went on to say Jack remains a priority, but to us it really doesn't seem so. And it just goes on about the time frame. So if you're unfamiliar, I'll read it to you. On March 1st, Bristol student Jack O Sullivan met 3 friends on a normal night out, travelling by bus at 8:20 p.m. from his village of Flaxbourton to a Wetherspoons in the city. 10:45, texts his mum that they'd gone to a house party in Hotwells. All good, keys are safe. Bingo, spot on. He texted his mother again at 1:52 a.m, telling her that he was getting an Uber and that he was safe. During the party, Jack trips down the stairs, hits his head, party goer pokes fun at him, oi, and he shoves him. It doesn't go further than this. How the fuck do you know that it doesn't go further than that? That's the one thing, isn't it? You don't know. Jack left the party alone shortly before 3 a.m. on March 2nd and has not been seen or heard from since. Last confirmed sighting police have of Jack is 3:13 a.m. as he walks onto a grassy area at the junction of Brunel Lock Way and Brunel Way, Bristol. But his family reviewed more footage and believe they can see him heading back towards Bristol city centre at 3:25 a.m. Police have also footage of a person who could be Jack walking along the Bennett Way slip road at 3:38 a.m. Jack attempts to call a female friend who was still at the party at 3:24 a.m. And I know what you're thinking. No, it's not Lucy Law. It's not her. It's not Brad or any of them. When the friend called back 10 minutes later, Jack answered but only said hello before the call cut off. His phone remained active on Find My Friends until 6:44 a.m. It last pinged on Granby Hill. Jack is described as white, about 5'10", tall of slim build with short brown hair. There is a website, by the way, that shouts everything up. So it tells you what he was wearing, what he had on him, everything, whole 9 yards. I'll put the link to that in the description of the video so you can go check it out. But he is a British lad gone missing after spending time with friends at a party and vanishes off the fucking face of the planet. Seems to be a lot of this, but like I say, this is the difference between this lad. He seems a decent lad. He's like a prep schooler. You know what I mean? He's nice, prim and proper. Wears decent stuff. Ralph Lauren that. It's got like gel in his hair. It looks nice. And he hasn't bashed anyone in the head with a machete or anything like that. But because it's all fucking pretty boring, there ain't no fucking skeletons come tumbling out of the closet and it's like, woo, let's have a look at this. And none of that. He just ain't getting the traction what Jay Slater did. But he deserves just as much. Do you know what I mean? He deserves the eyes. He deserves the attention. He deserves everybody to be wanting to know what happened to him as much as everybody wants to know what has happened to Jay Slater. Look, we've got to do something. Can you do something? Are you what can we do? Let's hope he gets found. But it's not looking good. I'll catch you all tomorrow.